Good morning, Tim. Today we will meet with their mischievous chief and barter for the slaves. Are you ready? We can't wait for the men to drag all the stuff up to the village, so we should just bring our finest items and some samples. Go over there and pick up a sample of gin and some of the finest muskets, since those are the wares we'll be trading at this trade station. Have you picked up the gin sample and the muskets? Good job. Now, listen. When we barter with the chief, you'll do the talking since you speak their language. It works like this. You agree on the number of slaves we get per unit of our merchandise. When you have a price, confirm with me that we can accept it. I need you to get Mr. Blotherbloom a good price, so we can get as many slaves stashed on the ship as possible. That's the spirit. I knew you wouldn't disappoint me.
I'm writing some medical poetry while killing time. Care to listen? It's very cultured, a bit like Shakespeare, if I may say so. Kidneys are red, eyes sometimes blue.
Welcome to my humble home. I'm looking forward to these negotiations. I see that you will do the talking. I trust you'll tell your master exactly what I say. This is a matter between merchants. Don't meddle with grown men's affairs. You have had time to inspect my slaves, so we'll jump straight to the offer. I'll trade you 20 females and 10 children for each unit of your brandy. You want less than what I offer you? Fine by me. You have done the slaves a favor too. I wish you the best of luck trying to explain it to your master.
That took some time, Tim. What have you got for me? 15 females and 5 children? 7 skipping sea cows. Couldn't you get a better deal than that? Ya useless sea urchin. Now that's using your empty little jar of a head, Tim. Thinking like a true merchant indeed.
So, what did your master say? I'm glad we could reach an agreement this easily. Let's go on to the next matter. I have a special price for you. Male slaves. I'll give you 30 strong male slaves for each unit of your muskets. So, is it because your muskets are weak, or is it your backbone and heart that are feeble? Very well. I will make some of them my personal slaves, and maybe one day they will know freedom. How few do you want? Take your pick and tell your master.
That took some time, Tim. What have you got for me? What? Tell that tricksy troubled tusk he can stick his offer where the eels are going. But into the Sargasso Sea, that is. All right. If they're truly worth that outrageous price, we'll buy a couple of his high-quality slaves.
So, what did your master say? Very good. I think we've done what we needed to get done today. When you've finished dragging the trade's goods up from the beach, we'll bring you your new slaves. Tonight, we shall have a great feast and sow the seeds of future trade talks. Tell your master that one of my men will come get you.
I'll go back to the ship. You play around or do whatever you want for a couple of hours.
I dropped it. Stupid, stupid me. Stupid, stupid papaya. The bucket of water I just got, I was already running late because I talked to Antonius by the well, so I had to run back. Then I tripped over the master's dog and spilled all the water. The kitchen slaves needed it. But even worse, it felt like I was falling, and now I'm stuck here and I can't get home. Yes, nothing unusual about that. There are millions of slaves all over the Roman Empire, both men and women. I am a house slave, a clumsy house slave who drops the master's water. My master is hosting a dinner party for 3 senators. If the dinner is late, he will punish all the slaves, and since it was my fault, there'll be no mercy for me. The year is 50 AD. I'm from Rome, the capital of the great Roman Empire. I work for a politician there in a great household with lots of slaves. But I'm new, and I don't want to disappoint my master. My master is hosting a dinner party for Fantastic! If I can return to my own time, nobody will get punished now, and my master and his guests will dine on time. I thank you. Take this pouch of sestertii as a reward.
Pootich, I picked the flower. Thanks, brother. I think so too. What happened in the chief's hut? What did the two of them talk about? I hate that they treat us as mere trade goods. Are we nothing more to these people? Why did you have to be in there? Good job! The fewer slaves the whites buy, the fewer people will suffer from torture and suffering. What's going to happen next? When do we get a chance to escape?
I hear you agreed on a price for the slaves. Even at that price, it doesn't seem like we'll fill up the ship from this village alone. No, it's also fairly rare. I think the captain wants to stow at least 200 slaves on the ship before setting sail for the New World. Last time I went on a slave vessel, we sailed from place to place for almost 4 months, with the slaves suffering below deck, until the captain finally decided we had enough. Not a whole lot, I'm afraid, but I'm writing down what I see on board. I'll try to use my written record to convince King George that the treatment of slaves is unacceptable.
You're back! When will we get a chance to escape? I hear rumors that we will be placed on board your master's great canoe. Will we have room to move around there? Can we maybe take over your ship? How many do you think we're going to be? You're probably right, Pootich. Taking over the ship may not be possible or a good idea at all. When will we stop sailing? When do we reach our destination? We'll be patient like a butterfly waiting in its cocoon. This flower is a sign that we'll make it in the end, no matter what. Now go, before your masters get suspicious.
Are you ready to help with stacking the slaves? We need to get as many on board as we can. We'll sail at dawn if possible. Tim, you'll not be attending the feast tonight. You'll stay on the ship with the slaves. So when you start stacking slaves on board, you should make sure you're ready to leave this village.
Slave traders didn't look upon slaves as people, but as a product. They therefore staked the slaves on top of each other to get as many as possible shipped. This was certainly not nice. Good job.